It's the Daily Beat on K-Bay 103.9. Good morning, I'm Ben Shields. We've got Dakota Morrissiey. He's the news editor at dailytrib.com. And Dakota, how's your week been going?
It's been going good, man. It's kind of a big week for news, kind of some heavy stuff, some good stuff.
Yeah, let's start off with the transmission line. So I feel like we've been talking about this every week, and there's going to be a delay. So that's good news for the northern part of Burnet County.
Yes, it does seem like we have so many weird environmental things between the quarries and the railroads, and now there's transmission lines. But there has been an announced delay. We originally thought that the LCRA and Encore, who are tasked with building these big transmission lines, which are supposed to cut through northern Burnet County, they said they were going to file their application in November or December, which would have triggered this, the official system of, hey, you have 30 days now to get involved if you want to participate, and it's going to start the countdown towards this getting approved or not. So that's been pushed to March now. So that's an extra 3 months people have to get their ducks in a row and for the word to get out more, because there's actually still a lot of people who don't know about this project. And in case any of our listeners don't still, it's the state is trying to run power lines from Bell County, up by Temple, all the way to Schleicher County, which is just out in West Texas. It's like 200 miles. And those lines are like the biggest Texas would have ever seen. And they're on these 15-story towers that would get dotted along northern Burnet County. And there's obviously a lot of landowners up there who are concerned. So that delay in this application filing just allows more time for everybody to become aware of it and to figure out how they can participate in the process. And we've covered it thoroughly. If you want to learn more about it, just got to go to dailytrib.com. Check out all of our stories on it. We had one earlier this week about this delay in the application. You can find out more.
Is there any way this delay could maybe permanently make it go away eventually?
Oh, it's definitely not at that level.
Okay.
I mean, there is a chance that the state could say, hey, this isn't going to work out. But there's a lot of momentum behind this project. This is like the state legislature said, we need better electricity in West Texas. Fix it. The PUC says, all right, let's make a plan, and they've been working on it for 2 years. So it's not like it's not a whim that they're doing this. So there's a lot of momentum behind it, and if people want to change it, it's going to have to be a lot of effort.
All right, so read more about the delay on the transmission lines at dailytrib.com. Okay, so there's game rooms in and around Burnet County. First off, Dakota, what is a game room?
A game room, it's just a place where you play games, Ben.
Okay.
Depending on who you ask.
Okay.
So
I guess that's the question here. It's a little murky, but in Marble Falls, the city of Marble Falls, they're going to decide if they should allow these or not?
Yeah, I mean, technically, gaming, when we talk about gaming, we're talking about a place where you can go and you play games, and you give them money and you walk away with some money, or maybe you don't walk away with any money. Could call it gambling, and that would be illegal in the state of Texas. But these places exist. There's 3 to 4 game rooms that we know of operating in Marble Falls, and several gaming machines, that you probably see them at gas stations and other businesses kind of around town. And it's kind of up in the air whether or not these are legal depending on how they're operated. But the city is looking at how do we get rid of these things, or at least control them better. And no hard decisions were made on this, but they are investigating it. I heard the chief of police say, there's a lot of weird activity that happens around these things, and it puts a stress on officers. They're technically illegal, but we did have one of these game room owners come into city council and say, hey, I want to do my best to do things the right way, and let me work with you. So even though gaming rooms and gaming machines are illegal in Texas, they're still all over the place, and Marble Falls is sort of struggling to figure out, well, how do we handle this?
All right, so they'll look further into it then? Is that the case?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, in government a lot, you just hear, we'll look into it, and that's where we're at right now.
All right, so read more about the game rooms at dailytrib.com. There was a story that came out this week about dogs that were being hoarded, and they had to rescue them.
Yes, the basics of it, that Llano PD went in and they seized 47 dogs from a residence in Llano.
47 dogs?
47 dogs, and it was... I didn't see it for myself, but I did see the dogs afterward, and I heard the stories from some of the officers who were on the scene and the volunteers, and it was pretty. It sounded bad. I wrote a pretty thorough story on it that came out on Thursday. You can check it out, but from what the police chief said, he said it was the worst dog hoarding or animal cruelty situation
that
he had ever seen, and pretty is tough to write about, tough to see. But the Llano Animal Rescue went above and beyond. This is a really tiny rescue in Llano. It's just a handful of volunteers. They don't have much money, but they had to take in 47 dogs, home them, feed them, get them medical treatment. They worked for 13 days straight processing all these dogs, and a lot of them have actually already been adopted. And as of today, we aren't sure if there's going to be criminal charges against the person who is hoarding the dogs, but at the very least, they've all been removed from that situation. The house they were in was actually demolished because it was beyond repair. It was so filthy and dilapidated that the owners said it's not worth fixing. So if that gives you any idea of how bad this situation was.
Okay, read about it, dailytrib.com, dailytrib.com/subscribe. Okay, Dakota, there's a reality show coming to Horseshoe Bay, and since there's a lot of golf courses in Horseshoe Bay, the reality show has to revolve around golf. And so this is the good golf.
Yes.
And this is going to be on, I believe, the Golf Channel, correct?
Yes. So we learned that Horseshoe Bay Resort, it's one of the best golfing resorts in America, is going to be hosting, I guess, season 24 of The Big Break, which was a very popular golfing reality show, kind of Survivor-esque, where you have all these golfers doing challenges for a chance to get on the PGA Tour. And it was popular at the time. It got canceled, I think, back in like 2015, but they're bringing it back.
It's coming back in Horseshoe Bay.
Yeah, and Horseshoe, right here in little Horseshoe
right.
Bay, and they're filming next August. So I thought that was interesting. The Highland Lakes is on the come up. We got the Golf Channel coming out here, and Horseshoe Bay, of course, beautiful courses, and people come from all over the world to play there.
Now, if I think I recall, Dakota, is the winner of this reality show then gets to enter into the good golf tournament, which is going to be in Austin.
Yes, later that year in the fall, they're going to go out there.
It's a PGA tournament, too, because Austin just got it back this past year.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge golf guy, but I looked into the, Good. They've got 2 million subscribers on their YouTube channel alone. They're huge, and so it's just another way to feature our the Highland Lakes and put us on the map.
I know they've done stuff before at Horseshoe Bay Resort as well. All right, so read about the golf reality show coming to Horseshoe Bay Resort at dailytrib.com and check out all this week's stories. And you can subscribe, dailytrib.com/subscribe. All right, Dakota, we're going to be back here next week, same time, same place for the Daily Beat.
That's right. Thanks for having me.
It's K-Bay 103.9.